The Serie A Predictions League is back. Why do I keep saying it's back? Why do I keep saying it's back? It's literally every single week. This week, it's on a Thursday because we are covering Milan versus Pisa. And also, remember this. Before you type your predictions and close the video, remember this. There are Serie A games next week, midweek. So this video will be out on Monday. And some of you guys have got a lot to play for because the leaderboard is actually really spicy. There's a bit of paprika. There's a bit of cumin. There's a bit of turmeric. Actually, I don't like turmeric. I've never ever liked turmeric. If there's turmeric on my food, I don't have it. Anyways, the point is, some of you guys can't afford. Oh, Hajj, I saw the video late. I never got to put my predictions because the leaderboard is really spicy. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Let's just look at the leaderboard straight away. Funnily enough, we've got 5 players in joint first. Yes, all 5 of them are on 22 points. First place, Ollie Woodley for the second week in a row on 22 points. Second, Rawashad. Third, Jolo. Fourth, Stein. And then fifth, Tactical Banner. Sixth place, Raphael, just 1 point behind in 21 points. Seventh, Jonas. 8th, Sneaky Ninja. 9th, Alfonso Cafiso in 9th place. And then 10th place, Ibrahim Adam on 20 points. Just 2 points behind first place. Next up, we've got Mohamed Azan in 11th, Wobbly Deer in 12th, Massimo in 13th, Simo Freestyle in 14th, Alas Karov in 15th, Galf in 16th, Laverda 97 in 17th, Abdallah Ahmed in 18th place, 5th Yan Yarapan in 19th, and in 20th place, we've got Kayu-chan. As I always say, I am very sorry for my pronunciation. That is the top 20. The leaderboard will be in the comments. I'm climbing up the table, guys. I am climbing up the table. I took a risk last week and it really paid off. And you know what it is? I told you guys, I hate predicting draws, but I know deep down Serie A is the home of draws. Like I've known this for like 20 years of my life. Serie A is the home of draws. Anyways, I'm not giving you guys any more of my tactics. Let's look at this week's 4 games. And you know what it is? I was so close to having some fun this week. I was going to do the 4 games, not include any of the big teams. But then I looked at the fixtures and I was like, we have to do it. But I think there's going to come a week where I'm just going to do the Cremoneses, the Udineses. There's not going to be a single game from the top teams. And you guys have to predict them. For this week, we've got Milan Pisa. We've got Napoli Inter. We've got Fiorentina Bologna. And we've got the big crunch game, Juventus versus Lazio. Now, let me give my prediction on these games, yeah? Had a good week last week. I predicted Milan to win 2-1 against Fiorentina. I got myself 3 points. You know what it is, guys? I don't gamble. Never gambled. I've never betted. But you know, sometimes like I predict a score in this game. And I see a team concede last minute. You know, I want to punch the wall. And you know what the crazy thing is? There's no money on the line. Like, if I come out on top, I just don't have to spend money because I don't have to buy a gift for somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really gain anything. I don't really lose anything. And when I tell you, when I see a team concede, I lose my shit. So imagine you guys that like would put £50, £100, £200. Like, I don't think betting is for me, and I've never ever betted. Anyways, life stories for another day. Let's start off Milan Pizza. In my opinion, I think this will be a routine win. I think it will be a relatively comfortable win. But at the same time, I am expecting Allegri to rotate a lot in this game, especially when you bear in mind 3 days later, like 3-4 days later, they come up against Atalanta, and I think that's the game that he's got his eyes on. I expect him to rotate. I expect him to look at somebody like Luka Modric and say, you know what? You might not play the whole 90 minutes. You might play one half. You might play 60 minutes. You might even start off on the bench. Pizza, they had a good start to the Serie A, but now they've gone back to their more natural position in terms of performances. I expect rotation, but I still expect Milan to win this game comfortably. The only thing in the back of my head is Milan underestimated Cremonese, and Cremonese beat them at San Siro. Maybe, just maybe, Milan might underestimate Pisa. But I just feel like the feel-good factor. Rafa Leao is back. Salamakers is not injured. Nose tape Santi's feeling himself. I expect Rabiot to be back in the team, and that's a massive boost. I think Estupinian might even be back. I'm going to go. My brain is telling me 2. My brain is telling me 2-0. But I'm a risk taker. I'm going to go 3-0 Milan against Pisa. Napoli Inter, this is the game of the weekend. Napoli have just been spanked 6-2 in the Champions League. Humiliation. Like, this is worldwide embarrassment. Everybody in Naples is looking at Conte, and Conte is looking at these players, and he's telling them one word and one word only: reaction. You guys need to show me a reaction against Inter, and you could seriously make a case. If Milan are the most informed team, then Inter are equally so. Like Inter, what is it now? 7, 8 games where they haven't dropped points. They're scoring goal after goal after goal. Every single striker is scoring. Midfielders are chipping in. Wing backs are chipping in. Kivu is chopping and changing with the tactics. Inter look very good. Inter look very good, and they, for me at the moment, have been the biggest surprise because I didn't expect a quarter of this, let alone a half. Like, I've fully been bamboozled by how well Kivu has been doing. Now, Inter, because of that, it's at the Maradona Stadium. Napoli, you still have to respect them. They are the Scudetto winners. They are the reigning Scudetto winners. But I just look at it and I just see one team on the rise and one team on the drop off. And I'm going to take a massive risk because I need to climb this table, guys. My heart is telling me draw. And I have the dirtiest feeling this game will end up being a draw. And I might seriously punch my camera. I'm going to take a massive, massive, massive gamble. And I'm going to go 2-1 Inter. Oh, I know it's going to be a draw. I promise you, I know it's going to be 1-1, but I have to roll the dice. I'm going to go 2-1 Inter. Fiorentina, Bologna. This is also another crunch game for somebody. Like Pioli, listen, Fiorentina are on the bottom three. They haven't won a single game. They're coming up against Vincenzo Italiano's Bologna, who are behind the scenes getting to work, winning games, climbing the table. The game's in Florence. I have a feeling, actually, no, I'll be wrong, I'm chatting shit. I was going to say I have a feeling that, like, Pioli might get his first win. I'm just going to go 2-2. I think 1-1, but I'm going to go, no. I'm going to go 1-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1 on this one. And finally, Juventus versus Lazio. Juventus have just lost once again to Real Madrid. Well, not to Real Madrid, but like they've lost again to Real Madrid. That's now 7 games without a win for Tudor, for Juventus. He is under a lot of pressure, and I feel like a lot comes down to this game. Like, truly, a lot comes down to this game. Because I think if Tudor loses this game, regardless, you might be the most optimistic of fans. You might be the most pessimistic of fans. You might be the most deluded of fans. You look at a Juventus coach, the caliber, the standards, the demands, the expectations. And if you can turn around and justify 8 games without a win, it says a lot about your standards than other people's. I think when it comes to Juve against Lazio, I think if there is one game, it's this. Sarri's Lazio, they don't look good. They look very short on ideas. They don't have the technical ability to do what Sarri wants. And I'll be honest with you guys, Sarri genuinely just looks like he's there for a payday. Like, he doesn't look motivated. I don't know what it is. Like, there's a lot going wrong at Lazio. They literally, they fought demons against Atalanta just to get themselves a point. I think in Turin, with all of like the unrest going on around Juventus, I think this is definitely a game where I look at Juventus and I say, you can get yourself the 3 points. And every time I've predicted on Juve, I've always ended up losing points. But I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to seriously roll the dice. And I'm going to say Juventus will win this game 2-0. So these are my predictions. Guys, remember, if you've reached the end of the video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. But if you've reached the end of the video, make sure to remember, Monday, this video will be out once again because there's midweek Serie A fixtures. Drop your comments, drop your predictions in the comments, and may the best man win.